Phillies lose game 1 to the Dodgers 5-3, and I'm just so disappointed. I'm very, very disappointed in this group. Not what I was expecting in game 1. Not the energy you want to go in for game 2. And there was a lot of questionable decisions tonight, and some guys that really need to be called out, to be honest. Yes, it's game 1. There's still plenty of ball to play. But we all know the statistics of when the team on the road goes into the opposing team's building in the first 2 games and wins at least one of those. The odds are you're probably going to win the series. And it's a 5-game series. It's not a 7-game series. So LA getting this first win, it's just pivotal. It's just huge. And I don't know. It's such a gut punch. I am a little devastated. I won't lie. A little devastated. A little hyperbolic, of course, but just not the response that I was expecting from this team. Again, I was buying in going into the playoffs. It's if now, when? If now, when? When would this team show up? Yes, you're going against the Dodgers, a team that's very good, that's getting their pitching back. But still, you're at home, you're in South Philly, and it just did not go your way. It did not go your way. And this video is just going to be, as you guys can see, more of a rant style. Let's at least talk about the entire game. But, man, I am just so disappointed in this group. It was a good start first. It really was. Sanchez and Ohtani were battling back, and they just kept going at each other. But then the Phillies did get at Ohtani early. They end up scoring 3 runs. Huge from JT there. He gets a triple. Marsh and Bohm score. And at that point, you're feeling really good. I mean, you're hoping to get to Ohtani for the rest of the night, or at least know, hey, we have 3 runs of insurance. And that's what it looked like for at least a couple innings. Sanchez was cruising. He was looking really good. Yes, of course, he did let up the 2 runs at the end of his tenure. I'm not mad at leaving him out there. You got to trust your guy. He's your ace at this point. But it just was, overall, it was the formula. It was have Sanchez pitch well. You get a couple runs off Ohtani. Okay, let's get to their bullpen and let's go. And the second Sanchez was taken out, things just completely changed for the Phillies. Rob Thompson, in my opinion, gets his first managing decision wrong today, and that was going to David Peterson. I thought he looked all right to close out that first inning he came in, but bringing him in for the 7th, it just was not the play. It was not the play. It really just wasn't. Out of every single guy you could have gone to, why David? Like why? It's just frustrating. Just because the stuff that I was reading going into the game was, okay, the Phillies are going to go Sanchez, potentially Ranger, and then go to Duran. I was a little hesitant about that because, like, okay, do we want to pitch Ranger early? But looking back, that might have been the play. And going to I don't know why I keep wanting to say Peterson. David Robertson, it didn't work, and he just didn't look like he had his stuff. And again, you're going to a 40-year-old who just started pitching with the Phillies in August. If that's your best option to go to in that spot, we're not winning a World Series. Let's not kid ourselves. So I was really disappointed with that. And then, of course, Strom comes in. You think he's going to lock it down. And he just hangs a fastball. And that one is deleted. A 3-run shot by Teoscar Hernandez, the guy that consistently shows up in the playoffs. And at that point, you knew, wow, we're doing this again. We're doing this again. And it just gave me so many shades of the same game last year in Game 1. Wheeler is pitching a gem. The Phillies have an early lead with Kyle Schwarber home run. Wheeler's doing his thing. He eventually does, I think, he lets up a couple runs or he has some traffic on the base. They pull him. I can't remember off the top of my head. The Phillies blow the game. They give up multiple runs. The Mets win the game. Same thing again today. Sanchez is cruising. He lets up a couple runs. He's taken out. The Phillies offense can only do so much, and the bullpen blows it. And it's just super frustrating. Because, again, we all know how big of a moment this is. This is Game 1. You have to set the tone for the series. You're at home. Yes, you have home field advantage, but you got to win that game. You got to win that game just from a momentum standpoint. It's just rough. It's just really rough. So then they're down 8-5. The Phillies have a chance. The bases are loaded, and you go to pinch hit Sosa over over Marsh. I don't hate the decision. It didn't work though, but you still can't capitalize. And overall, I'm just really, again, I'm disappointed in Rob Thompson. I just don't think he managed the bullpen correctly. Again, going to Robertson there, and out of every single person you could have gone to, not the play in my opinion. Also, I'm extremely, extremely disappointed today in the top of the lineup. Trea Turner, you didn't do anything. At least you got a walk, but you didn't do anything. Bryce Harper had at least one hit, if I remember correctly. Other than that, not much, if anything. Kyle Schwarber, absolutely nothing. Nothing. The best part of your lineup today was JT, Marsh, and Bohm. It's just too inconsistent. Too inconsistent. Again, it's the same story with this fucking team every year. It's just bats can't hit in big spots. Bullpen's now starting to give it up. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter who they're playing. This is what they do. Even now in the last 5 games at Citizens Bank in the playoffs, the Phillies are 1-4. I love Red October, but maybe it's not as lethal as we thought. And I will be there on Monday. I'm going to Game 2. I've already had the tickets bought, and I've never been to a game like this before, I guess. I've never been in this situation where you're down. You got to win this game. I mean, the Phillies have to win the game on Monday. They got to win the game on Monday. We're just in such a bad spot. I think it's still doable, though. I'm not giving up on this group. I'm not. Obviously, I still have faith in this team. But at the same time, I'm just being completely honest. Again, out of a 5-game series, and you let them come in and take the first game, it's just not a recipe for success. You don't want to make this harder. Hey, we got to take it 1-0. We got to make the 1-0 mindset our mindset going into Monday. You got to hope to God the Phillies get it done. I think Luzardo will be pitching. Hopefully they get Ranger involved if they need to for the pen. Maybe you get Duran going as well. I don't think he really was worked too much today other than the 1 inning, so we'll see what happens with that. But, man, for me, I need to see Rob Thompson manage better on Monday. I need to see the bullpen do better, and I need to see the star guys for this lineup actually show up, because you're just not going to win many games when the top of your lineup doesn't do well. And we saw this with multiple teams this year. I mean, you've seen it now with the Padres. I made the entire video about this. Well, they were part of the video, but the Padres were really never a threat versus the Cubs because their lineup didn't show up. It didn't show up, especially the great part of their lineup with Tatis and Machado. It's just got to be better. It's got to be better. If these guys really think that this is the year that they feel the best about their club and that they think this is the real shot, okay, show us. Show us. The fans backed you today and you let them down. Again, I will be there on Monday. I'm going to be buzzing. I'm going to be positive that day. I'm going to be hoping for the best. But, man, as just a fan at the end of the day for Saturday, I'm extremely let down. I'm extremely disappointed. And almost just at a loss for words. It's the same shit again. It's the same shit again. You got to believe just to believe, but it's just very, very, very disappointing. It's just so fucking disappointing in this team. That's all I got on this one. It's not going to be like my typical videos where it's a little bit more structured. It's just not going to be that type of vibe. This is post-game. I don't even know if this is enjoyable content. I don't know. I am just... I'm down bad. I am down bad. Down bad. Gonna go finish watching the Mariners game. Ugh, at least we got the Eagles tomorrow. Eagles, please get me a dub. Please go 5-0. And then we got the Phillies to worry about on Monday. But, man, just so disappointing out of this club. But regardless, if you like this video, feel free to give it a like. If you like my type of content, feel free to subscribe. I'm going to be continuing to break down the Phillies and the rest of the MLB playoffs. And if you're interested in any of my short-term content, that will be in the description of my TikTok. Very disappointing. Like I said, I will see you guys tomorrow most likely for the Eagles game. A little Eagles game post-game recap. We'll see. And then I hopefully will have a video for you guys on Tuesday after the game on Monday because I'm going to be coming back. I don't know when I'm going to get home. But, man, let's just hope the Phillies go 1-1 in this home series at least. I'm just so disappointed. But I got to end the video here. I'm just going to be on a rant, and that's going to be it's just not going to be worth watching at that point. So thank you guys if you made it to this part of the video. I will see you guys in just a little bit. Let's hope the Phillies get a win on Monday, and let's hope the Eagles get a win tomorrow. Peace, guys.